Hello and welcome to the read of the Love Exquisite Magazine, which you could access for free on loveexquisitellc.com. I'm reading in the September 2025 issue of the Love Exquisite Magazine, and I'm reading in the section titled Learning by Design, and the article is titled Learning the Importance of Self-Awareness. Another good one, y'all. All right. It's a long one, so get your popcorn. So, my name's Lynette, by the way. So, in a world constantly urging us to do more, to be more, to have more, it's easy to lose sight of the most important element of personal growth: self awareness. Often overlooked, self awareness is the core of emotional intelligence, effective decision making, and authentic living. Understanding who you truly are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is a little bit of everything and everybody. So, understanding who you truly are is the key to building a fulfilling and meaningful life and healthy relationships. Self awareness matters, and it is extremely important to knowing how you can cultivate and unlock your full potential by being self aware. Self awareness is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs, self efficacy, and your behaviors, and how those things can affect the people around you. It's not just about knowing what you like or dislike. Self awareness is also about understanding why you think and feel the way that you do and how those emotions influence your actions. So that's self awareness. Self awareness allows you to make conscious choices instead of reacting impulsively or following societal trends or norms or influences. Self awareness is the foundation of all personal growth. If you don't understand yourself, more importantly, the why, if you don't understand the why of how you think and behave, how can you work towards improving those things when necessary? Like, how can you work towards improving yourself when necessary if you are not self aware? So, by cultivating a deep awareness of who you are, you can pinpoint areas that need attention and make intentional positive changes. Self correction is key to being a better person. I'm going to say that again. Self correction is key to being a better person. Oftentimes we already think we're great, sometimes you might be, you know what I mean? If you have evolved, if you have improved where you were deficient, then I think all of us, including myself, are always at a constant, or should be at a constant evolution of being better. As each day, I said better. I don't want you to mistake it for bitter. Because I talk with a twang, sometimes my words don't always come out with clarity, but I'm saying better, better. So, I think we're always at a constant. That was a perfect example as well of what I'm talking about, being better. So, yeah, thank you, Holy Spirit. So, anyway, what I'm basically saying is, as we evolve, as the world evolves, there's changes that we need to make. There's adaptations and modifications that we need to make to stay up with the times, with the changing times. And so we're always at a constant state of being better, or we should be being better than the person that we was yesterday. So self-correction, again, is key to being a better person. So when someone else tries to direct you to change, you might be resistant and say, I don't need to change. This is who I am. This is who I've always been. This is who I'm always going to be. How has that been working for you? Ask yourself that. But anyway, if you're never changing, you're never evolving, you're never improving upon yourself, and you're staying the same old person, miserable and unsuccessful and unhappy. What's wrong with you? You enjoy it there? It's not really that good. I've been there. I'm pretty sure, and I made it to the other side. It's nice over here. Change is good, so embrace it. You know what I mean? Different is good. Being a better person is good. I was horrible at one time, y'all. In my teenage years, I was horrible. I was mean and a whole lot of other things. Not nothing, promiscuous or nothing like that. But I was mean, you know what I mean? And so I thank God that I'm no longer who I used to be. I thank God. I give him all the credit for it, because if it wasn't for him, who knows how my life would have turned out. So yes, I am not perfect. I don't ever profess to be, but I am not who I used to be, and I'm thankful and grateful for that. And I have changed, and I'm forever changing, because I'm not 100% all that. You know what I mean? People say I'm all that in the bag of chips. Well, there's always room for improvement. You know what I mean? I'm humble enough to say that yes, there are things about me that I can be better at. So I'm working towards being better every day. That's what I'm saying. And you should be too. So when someone else tries to direct you to change, you might be resistant to changing. However, when you recognize the areas within yourself, not in other people, in yourself, that you need to improve upon, the change is better embraced. You're more likely to embrace a self-correction than you are with someone who is trying to correct you. So I can't reiterate this enough. Direction. If someone is leading you in a different direction and it's more positive one, direction does not mean correction. So embrace it. Embrace it as you should when you need to. So when you recognize again the areas within yourself that you need to improve upon, if you can be honest with yourself, there's always something within each and every one of us that needs to be improved upon. The change is more embraced when it's coming from yourself. When it's a self-reflection, when it's a self-correction, it's more lasting, it's more meaningful, and it's more purposeful. So for example, if you recognize that you often overreact or react defensively in a conversation, self-awareness can help reel you back in. It allows you to examine why that is. Why are you triggered? Like, are you afraid of being judged or misunderstood? Or you always think you're right? Or you always want to be right? Are you taking the conversation too personally? Do you have a history of conflicts that make you tense in certain situations? It's important to ask yourself those questions, because by understanding the root causes of your reactions, not of other people, your reactions, you can begin to change your patterns and build more effective communication skills. Whew. You. Yes, you, not other people, you. So self-awareness is a key component to emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify, understand, and manage your emotions while also recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. High IQ, or EQ, I should say, high EQ, emotional intelligence, leads to better relationships, more empathy, a deeper understanding of how to navigate in complex situations, how to communicate more effectively. So by being aware of your emotional state, you can choose how you respond to things. So right now, you probably tense and tight because of the conversation that I'm having with you right now. Ask yourself why. Why? I'm giving you information and tools and jewels that you can use to be better, to think better, to do better. You should be soaking it up. You know what I mean? Not being mad about it. If you are, then you got to check yourself and say, why? And how can I be more emotionally intelligent when through these types of conversations? You know what I mean? Anyway, being aware of your emotional state, you can choose how you respond to things that may trigger you emotionally. So, whether it's calming yourself down in moments of anger, I had to do it, I had to learn how to do it too. You know what I mean? So, or if you're in a heated debate, how to not be so heated. You know what I mean? How to calm down. It's a work in progress also. It's not always easy to do in the heat of the moment, but it's something that you can work towards doing. And also how to embrace moments of joy fully. Because sometimes we don't allow ourselves to feel love, to feel joy. We're so bitter and battered that we don't know how to enjoy life and to be happy in life. So being self-aware of the good, the bad, the ugly that makes up you is important. Self-awareness is so important to having self-confidence. So when you know who you are confidently, you don't need external validation. You don't need validation at all from anybody else. You are not influenced by who likes you, nor bothered by who doesn't. Hey, hello. Hello. That part. Okay? You don't judge anyone else, nor think that you're better than anyone else either. You're just confident in your abilities and knowing who you are, and knowing that you are uniquely unmatched. Put a pin right there. But anyway, I had to pause for that. Right. Wait. Let me run that back for y'all again. You are confident, and you don't you have wait. You just have confidence in knowing that you are uniquely unmatched. There is none like you. You ain't God, but you get my point. So anyway, there's also times when you get to self-reflect. You and know when you need to check yourself and be humble. You're not God, so humble yourself and check yourself when you know you need to be corrected, or there's things that you're doing that's not right and that's wrong. Then that's the self-awareness, and then it gives you the opportunity to do better. Knowing what you stand for is essential to developing self-awareness. Take the time to explore your personal values, your belief system, and what truly matters to you in your life. And once you have a clear understanding of your core beliefs, you'll be able to make decisions that reflect your true, authentic self. Whether it's honesty, kindness, freedom, creativity, or grounding yourself in your values, it will provide you with the clarity and the certainty that you'll need in difficult, uncertain times. So a powerful way to become more self-aware is to observe how you react to different situations. Are there certain people or scenarios that trigger strong emotional responses from you? Why? Why? Examine those reactions without judgment, however, so you can begin to understand the underlying beliefs from your past experiences that shape your emotional landscape today. So this awareness allows you to make more conscious choices instead of reacting again without emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is not about being perfect. It's not about achieving perfection, nor is it about having control of everything in your life. It's about embracing your humanity, your humility, and acknowledging both your strengths and your flaws. What's working for you and what's working against you. So rather than criticizing yourself for your mistakes, your shortcomings, approach yourself with kindness and a desire to learn, think, grow, and do things in a more positive way. Self-awareness, it is not your final destination. It's an ongoing journey, which I talked about. It's a lifelong process of tuning into yourself, to your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and understanding how they shape your experiences. So when you develop self-awareness, you unlock your potential of personal growth. Meaning you're able to build meaningful relationships and live a more fulfilling life. Being self-aware allows you to empower yourself to make choices, to make better choices that are in alignment with where you're trying to go in life. It brings you the clarity and peace of mind in all areas of your life. So the key, my friends, to life in living it in a more fulfilling way is becoming self-aware. So try to practice self-awareness. It is extremely important.